Hi, I'm Heather Rizzo, owner of Return to Balance Wellness Center, and I'm here to give you yet another tip on how to live a happy, healthy life. So, in a couple of videos back, I talked about the importance of being present, and one of the ways to help be more present was by unplugging. I even put out this November Unplug Challenge to give you a little bit of incentive to try it out and see how it can change your life. Today I'm here to give you another tip on how to be more present, and this tip has to do with multitasking. I used to be an avid multitasker. If I could do 100 things at once, I thought I was doing a really good job, until I discovered that it was actually dividing my attention and that things were getting done half you-know-what, because it didn't have my full attention. It also made me more tired, made me less efficient, the list goes on. Maybe you can relate to this and know what I'm talking about. So I stopped. I stopped multitasking, or at least I thought I stopped multitasking. What I discovered is that I may have stopped physically multitasking, but I was definitely mentally multitasking. Let me give you an example. So I'll be making breakfast. And as I'm making breakfast, I'm thinking about the laundry that has to be done and what I need to get done for work and what am I going to make for dinner and yada, 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 yada. My brain is going off in 100 directions. So what I want to give you today is one of the techniques that I've used to help curb that mental multitasking. And here it is. If, for instance, I am making breakfast and that spiraling, that jetting off of ideas is going on in my brain, I will, as soon as that starts, it's kind of like a red flag and it's a trigger for me to do this technique that I'm going to share with you now. So when that happens, I would start to think, I am making breakfast. That is what I am doing now. I am making breakfast. And that might sound kind of silly, but it did two things. One, it brought back my attention to the fact that I am making breakfast. This is what I'm doing right now. And the other thing is, when I did that, it started to show me just how much I was mentally multitasking. Now you might be thinking, who cares? Well, for me, the mental multitasking meant that I wasn't being present. And by the end of the day, by the time I finally actually was making dinner, and while I was making dinner, my mind was probably somewhere else into next day or next week or who knows how far down the road, that up to that point of physically making the dinner, I had been mentally making the dinner all day. What am I going to make for dinner? What am I going to make for dinner? I should do this. What am I going to make for dinner? So I was sending my energy and my mental thoughts to this thing in the future. It was robbing me of having that attention, that energy, that focus on what is happening now. When I started to do this technique of, I am doing blank, that is what I'm doing now, I am doing blank, as I gave the example with doing breakfast, I noticed that things got done faster, I wasn't as tired, that gave me more energy to do other things. So I hope you'll give this a try. The other thing is, when my brain is really, really, really spiraling, or when there's so much to do, I don't know where to start and I just kind of freeze. I call that overwhelm paralyzation. Maybe you can relate to that, maybe you can't. I would give myself permission to take baby steps. And something that happened when I gave myself permission to take baby steps, I'd get that one thing done. And then I'd feel good. I got that thing done. And it gave me the energy to do the next thing I wanted to get done, and the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. And before I knew it, that long list of things that had been burning a hole in my brain was done. This also made me realize that I was spending way, way more time thinking about doing things than actually doing things. This was kind of startling for me, but this was the start of how I became better at managing my time. I was spending so much time thinking about these things and not actually doing them, not actually getting them off of my to-do list. So I guess I've given you a couple of tips today. I was only going to give you the one, but so trying a technique to bring your focus back. I am doing dishes now. That is what I am doing. I am doing dishes. Giving yourself permission to take baby steps. Realizing that you might be spending more time thinking about the things you need to do than actually doing them. And I'm going to throw one extra one in there. And this is cut yourself some slack. Cut yourself some slack. Focus on what you did get done, not on what you didn't. The more you focus there, the more that's where your focus will be. You'll be getting more things done. It'll be a good thing. I have another video coming up on how to help get through what can be one of the most chaotic times of the year, the holidays. I hope you'll stay tuned for that, including what might be the missing piece for helping you maintain or get to your ideal weight. So, again, subscribe so you don't miss out on those videos. I want to hear how the unplugging is going, and until then, have a healthy day. Bye-bye.